Steve in Ballantine. Steve, good to hear from you.
Good morning, Aaron.
Morning.
Question. I didn't hear nothing yesterday and haven't heard anything this morning. Is President Trump going to sign that bill today for funding the government?
That's a very good question. And in my stack of stuff here, let's see, I've got all sorts of stuff about the Pfizer report, the debate last night, Ukraine, much more. I still got to do some more digging. I didn't scan through today's Politico playbook yet, but I'll probably see something in there about this. But yeah, because I mean, today's the day, right? The government could shut down because they've kicked the can down road. They've been so focused on this impeachment nonsense that the day-to-day job of Congress just isn't getting done, huh?
Well, here they're wanting to impeach the president today, but yet they want him to sign a bill to fund the government. I'm telling you, I love the military. I mean, they're anything to do with that kind of funding, but I think what's any different today versus the 20th of December, right? 5 days before Christmas. I think he should hold out because you guys start treating me a little bit better, and maybe I'll think about signing stuff. I don't know.
Well, that's a good point you got to make here, which is that's why I kind of had to laugh, which is hey, we don't want the American people to decide who's in charge of this government, to decide who runs this government. But could you please just sign here and pass this bill to fund the government? We don't want the American people to run this country, but we want the American people to pay for everything. So could you just please sign here, Mr. President, please, if you could?
Yeah, I mean, it's absurd. I mean, there's nothing more to say. It's just absurd. They don't want the president, but they want the money. And they want to tear down the border wall. So.
Well, Elizabeth Warren, did you hear that clip from last night? Elizabeth Warren said that she will actually use taxpayer funds. Either that or she screwed up. She didn't understand the question. But Elizabeth Warren basically said, yeah, I'll use taxpayer funds to tear down pieces of the southern border wall. Now, even let's go with her for a second. She did add a caveat where she said, well, if we find that particular stretch of wall isn't working, then yes, I'll tear it down. Well, it's like, okay, well, so whether it's working or not, the border's there, the wall is already there. Why would you actually spend money and resources to take part of the wall down? I mean, just with all the things we got to fund in this government,
It's holding their votes out.
Yeah.
It's keeping their votes from coming into this country. So, anyway. Okay, I'll let you go. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious on that border fund, military funding. So,
yeah.
Whatever. The government funding, I should say. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for your call. Yeah, 406-294-0970 is the number. I did scan the Fox News Outlook. I didn't see anything that stood out in terms of here's what the president is or is not saying about whether he'll sign that funding bill or not. And then I'm literally just scanning through it right here through the Politico playbook this morning here as well to see if there's I went to the Drudge Report, didn't see anything on it one way or another. I know we had an offering from Fox News Radio, but I think oftentimes that particular topic will get tied up pretty quickly. We covered the government shutdown potential a few days ago with a Fox News Radio guy, but yeah. Anyway, no, you're right. It's like even many in the media. It's like, hey, and I'm not seeing anything about it. Nothing popped from the Fox News update. Nothing popped from Politico playbook, and Politico literally they will do summaries from all of the mainstream media. They will do summaries from all of the mainstream media in terms of the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Washington Post, MSNBC, which is just the televised version of the Washington Post. Same thing, same. Yeah, really not seeing anything about this. Yeah, the government could shut down today, and it's like, sorry, they're all out on a smoke break, and they're like, wait, what's that? What's that? The government could shut down today? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, back to Ukraine. Speaking of the Wall Street Journal, I didn't get a chance to read their editorial yet this morning, but the headline stood out to me. Sondland's unimpeachable offenses. Witnesses are providing more detail about what we already know. Basically, just saying that all of these hearings this week amount to yet another giant nothing burger. But the Democrats think this was a huge piece of meat yesterday. The American people watched the highlights from this impeachment circus yesterday, and they say this whole thing's a nothing burger. And the Democrats are like, no, this thing's huge. Look at how good this is. Look at how huge it is. I mean, it's kind of like fake meat burgers that are being marketed out there. You know, oh, try this burger. That's not a burger. That's not even real meat. That's not even real beef, and you're marketing it as a burger. It's fake meat. It's a clump of grass clippings filled with saturated fat to try to give it some flavor, and you're calling it a burger because it's your vegan burger. But see, if a vegan burger identifies as meat, you're supposed to call it meat. You gotta be sensitive. If the vegan identifies as beef, you got to call it meat, okay? I'm just warning you. I don't want you to be called intolerant or anything here today. But no, isn't it so funny that the liberals who are marketing these fake meat burgers and these they're the same ones who are marketing these nothing burger impeachment hearings as if they're these huge, big pieces of beef, aren't they? Wow. All right, that's... See, all the things that just come to mind as you start really diving into some of these discussions in more detail. Oh, but the Wall Street Journal, what did their editorial board have to say? I haven't read the full piece yet myself, but here's the excerpt. Since I'm scanning Politico's playbook here, trying to find out about a potential government shutdown, Wall Street Journal said this: the House impeachment hearings roll on, but the most important news is how little new we are learning about President Trump and Ukraine. The witnesses from the diplomatic and national security bureaucracy are filling in some details, many of which are unflattering about how policy is made in this administration, but none change the fundamental narrative or suggest crimes or other impeachable offenses. In other words, wah, wah, wah. Not a Whopper, just wah, wah, wah.